All right, hello everyone. In this video, we will be going over the next steps for the Substance Use Disorder Loan Repayment Program for 2022. Throughout this video, we will touch on applying for the SAP vendor number, filling out the signature page, filling out the grant agreement, filling out the W-9, filling out Appendix A Attachment 1, what to do once these are complete, and what the invoicing process will look like. You can find all of these documents in your award letter on the DDOT funding page, which your award letter will link to. To begin, we're going to talk about applying for the SUD vendor number, which is what everyone should do first because it does take some time. So we're going to navigate to budget.pa.gov. All right, so this is what's going to look like when you click on budget.pa.gov. You're going to scroll down to for vendors. Click on that. Scroll down to this blue box, vendor registration. And then we want to make sure that we're clicking on the non-procurement tab rather than the procurement. If you need, they also have video instructions and PDF instructions, which we will also link. So you're going to click on this. To begin, everyone is going to enter their social security numbers since you are applying as an individual. So I'll just enter a random one and click next. All right, and that is going to bring you here. Everyone's going to type in their legal name. Legal name should be the person who has the loans, who is applying for this registration, who applied for these funds, say yourself. However, if your loans are under a maiden name, if you've since remarried and your loans are under a different name, below here, write your maiden name, just so that we have record of both of those names when we go to provide you with funding for your loans. Once again, the name of the person creating the registration, your legal name. And for business type, everyone is going to select individual or sole proprietor. Okay. Everyone's going to type in their email address, their phone number, and this is all your personal, so not your work phone number or work email. This is all your personal one. Your street address, your city, your state, and your country. And then over here, you're also going to do your county and your zip. They recommend you use a zip +4. If you don't know that, the site will do it for you, but vendor registration prefers if everyone can enter the zip +4. Now, if you choose to use a PO box, make sure you enter it in down here, and there should be nothing in street number and name if you choose to use a PO box. So keep that in mind. You're going to scroll down to the data privacy statement, select yes, and then you'll press next. Once you press next, the system will take the information filled out and is going to create an electronically signed W-9, which you will just have to confirm, and this is needed for IRS purposes. Now, this is a separate W-9 than the one we'll be discussing later, so you will still have to fill out a different one. This is just something that vendor management creates and needs. These instructions can also be found in the SUD Loan Repayment Program tab, which is this will be titled Non-Procurement Registration Guide, and the tab is located under Funding on the DDAP website. All right. So once the form is processed, come back to here. Once the form is processed, you're going to receive your SUP vendor number via email from vendor management. This will not be from us. It'll be from vendor management email. But once you receive that, make sure you send an email with your name, the SUD vendor number that they gave to you, and make sure you send that to the RA account, the DDAP account. In this email from vendor management, you will also be asked to provide your banking information for an electronic transfer. This is necessary to receive funds for the SUD LRP. It is the only way you will be receiving funds is through an electronic transfer. So you'll provide secure banking information. And once this is complete, vendor management will provide you with the bank partner code. Please also send us your name and this code to email to grants management, just so we know that you have completed this step. Some things to keep in mind is that vendors that are registered under non-procurement cannot self-certify or place bids. You still will have to register under non-procurement, but this is just something to keep in mind, but it does not have anything to do with the loan repayment program. Registration can take 3 to 5 business days. It may take a little longer. Do not get too worried if it's taking a while, just because there are a lot of people that will be applying for a vendor number. And your vendor registration number should not start with the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. If you receive your number back from vendor management and it starts with one of those numbers, please reach out to us at DDAP and let us know so we can rectify the issue. All right, the next step is going to be the signature page of the grant agreement. You will find the grant agreement on our website under all of the resources for loan repayment, and the signature page is just the first page of this. All right, so we'll pull that up. All right, so this is what the first page of the grant agreement will look like. Using the fill and sign option right here, you're going to write your legal name. Make sure it is spelled correctly. Your home address. If you're using a PO box, write that address as well. You're going to make sure to not put anything next to this SAP number. This is not where you put your vendor number. Just leave this blank. Then here, you're going to date it, still using the fill and sign option. Use your title, your legal name, and then you're going to come up here to sign yourself. And you may have to I already have one filled out, but you may have to create your own signature. And then once you do that, you just come and drag it over here. No need to fill out any of these other like lines or anything, just your signature, the date, your title, and your legal name right here, as well as your legal name and home address up here. The next will be the first page of the grant agreement, which is right here. Once again, do not fill out this SAP number section. That is something we will do on our end, but you're going to write your legal name again down here, your current legal name. Even if your loans are in your maiden name, you're going to be writing your legal name on all of these documents. You're also going to put it right here, still using the fill and sign option. Right, and that is all for the first page of the grant agreement. Please ensure that your legal name and address on all of these is filled out correctly, written correctly, capitalized correctly, or else we will have to send it back for you to do it again. The next step will be in section 3 of the grant agreement. So this right here in section 3, this is where you will enter your total grant agreement dollar amount as it appears in the award letter. So this is what the award letter will look like. This is going to be your total award amount that you will be receiving over the course of 2 years, but this is the total. So the total would be put right here. Okay. And then the next section in the grant agreement is section 5. This is where you were going to put your 2 equal payments that should equal your total grant agreement amount. So on your award letter, we have the total amount for the loan repayment award, and then this will be distributed in 2 equal payments of this number. And that number, this one right here, is what you're going to put in each of these sections. And these should all add up, or these should both add up to the total grant agreement dollar amount. Right. So this is all that is needed for this specific grant agreement document. And you're going to use your award letter to help with that because the funds are on there. The next step is the W-9. You're going to complete this W-9 per directions on this document. So it's pretty self-explanatory. They give you a lot of directions. This one you don't have to use fill and sign unless your computer or your Adobe doesn't allow you to just type in. Then you can use the fill and sign option. So you're going to put your name as shown on your income tax return. You will not be, since this is an individual, you will not be doing your business name, sole proprietor, your address, etc. Part 1, you're going to put your social security number, and part 2 is where you sign and date. Make sure you remember to do both of those. Once again, dragging your signature down to the signatures section and then dating that. The last document is Appendix A, Attachment 1. So this is where you will be filling out some of the information that was already on the application, but just in a form to be submitted. Section 1, you're going to type in your legal name. This, you're using the fill and sign option. Your legal name, your discipline, your license number if applicable. If you don't have a license number, then just leave that blank. Your address, your home address. This is not work address. Right here in section A is your home address, your phone number, and your email address. Section 2, this is going to be the approved practice site that you applied with and the practice site that was sent back on your employment verification form. So the name of your practice site, the phone number of your practice site, the address of your practice site, and then if you were approved for 2 practice sites, then you will put the second one down here. No need to do anything for service commitment or time commitment. Those are already pre-filled out. Lending institutions is where you received your loans. So you're going to type in the name of your lending institution, the address, the payment address, account number, and amount owed. This was also submitted on your application on the last page. So if needed, you can look there to find this information. And you can enter that for multiple lending institutions as well. If you have more than 2 lending institutions, please reach out to the RA-GA grants management email, and we will send you a new form. Section F is where you're going to write your total loan balance. This is what was submitted on the application as well, just the total of all of your loans combined. And then section G is your total grant agreement dollar amount as written on the award letter. So if we go back to the award letter, that will be this total number right here, total amount of the loan repayment award. And that is going to go right here as well. All right, so once all of these documents are complete, save them, and you're going to send them back as 3 separate PDFs. So make sure they're not all combined into one. The first PDF will be the signature page in the grant agreement. You have the W-9, and then the Appendix A Attachment 1. Also, please keep in mind, remember to send the emails with your vendor management number and your banking number that vendor management provided back to you. The way invoicing will work, you will get a separate email when it's time for invoicing. It's once all of the grant agreement documents are processed. The first, it will occur in 2 separate equal payments, as you can see on the award letter. The first will occur after the grant agreement is fully executed, and the second will occur in the summer of 2023. Once again, if you guys have any questions, please reach out to RA-DA Grants Management at pa.gov. You can find all of these. You will find this PowerPoint on our website as well, as well as instructions for the stop vendor number if is needed. All right, thank you guys so much. Have a good one.